The CHEO Telethon is now just 3 days away. This week, we're introducing you to some of the inspiring kids receiving care at the Children's Hospital. Tonight, we're sharing the story of Tala. Despite her cancer diagnosis at just 3 years old, she has made a remarkable recovery, showing off her resilience and strength every step of the way. Here's CTV's Austin Lee.
With her positivity and energetic spirit, it may be hard to tell.
Is your belly empty? Let me see.
But at just 5 years old, Tala Arquette has already been through more than most people will in their entire life.
She's incredible. I can't believe that she's mine. She's such a strong girl.
When she was just 3 years old, Tala was experiencing back pain and a lack of appetite. Her parents, Mara and Chris, decided to bring her to CHEO to get checked.
She started having a little bit of trouble breathing. She was having fevers, and she stopped eating.
Doctors found fluid in Tala's lungs, and because she was so small, they needed to do a CT scan to guide them in the operation.
They said we couldn't drain the lungs because there was a big tumor.
Tala was eventually diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a type of pediatric cancer that forms in bones or soft tissue.
It just doesn't sink in that my 3-year-old has cancer,
She was very young at 3 years old. This is often a diagnosis we make in our young adolescents. So it usually happens around the time of puberty.
The tumor growing from her 8th rib was about the size of a grapefruit in Tala's tiny body, pushing and displacing her heart and collapsing her left lung. For the following 9 months, the family barely left CHEO.
I knew that we were getting the best of the best. I just knew, in my heart, that we were well looked after. Every single person, from child life to nurses, doctors, they treat your child like it's their own, and you see it in their eyes.
Tala underwent 5 weeks of chemotherapy, and the tumor shrunk by 90%, a best-case scenario outcome to prepare her for a specialized surgery to remove the tumor, made possible by cutting-edge technology and the world-class team at CHEO.
Complex thing is because it's on the posterior ribs, it's close to the spine, it's close to the lung. There's a lot of very vital structures around.
In total, Tala had 5 of her ribs removed, and they will have to wait until she's fully grown to look at a permanent solution, possible reconstructive surgery with titanium prosthetic ribs.
She was left with a big chest wall defect, and with the thoracic surgeons, they were able to get this mesh that is kind of a really hard mesh to kind of recreate the chest wall, but it's not a replacement for the ribs. And so it's important for us to continue to follow her over the next decade to make sure that she doesn't develop any chest wall deformity, any breathing problems.
There's also a risk that Tala could develop scoliosis, but despite all the challenges, Tala is not slowing down. She's full of energy, and since her time at CHEO, has taken up swimming.
At the wave pool?
At the wave pool, we go every week.
Yeah.
Tala is well on her way down the road to recovery, and the relationships she and her family have made with the team at CHEO will last a lifetime.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful we are, because you have always been a calming presence. You really have been. Do I get a hug? Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for all of you. It means so much. She's doing so well.
We are just so lucky to live in the city and have access to CHEO. The CHEO Telethon will air on CTV Ottawa this Saturday between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Online donations can be made anytime right now through June 7th at CHEO at telethon.cheofoundation.com. You can also donate now by calling 613-730-2436. Money raised during the telethon week will support research, life-saving treatment, and state-of-the-art medical equipment at the Children's Hospital.